Well, here we are live at our Gillingham Ford 2015 Edge Sport. Tony Grossi, my very special guest. Folks, I don't know if you know this or not, but in every NFL city, they take one reporter that represents the NFL team and they vote on the Hall of Fame. Tony is that person in Cleveland, Ohio, representing the Browns. People want to know, how did you get that gig?
Well, you have to be assigned or selected by the Hall of Fame board of directors. I've done it 20 years now. It's really a year-round job, Riz. Although we do all of the debating the night before the Super Bowl every year when it gets down to the final 15 candidates. We just got the preliminary ballot in the mail this week. Sure. And then we whittle that down to 25, and then from 25 you get to the 15, and then the debating goes on the night before the Super Bowl. So it's a year-long project.
And it culminates at the Super Bowl, which you go to every year. When are we getting to the Super Bowl, Tony? That's one thing I want.
We're still the only NFL city to never play in or host a Super Bowl. Only one.
The Lions have never been to a Super Bowl, but they hosted
it twice.
Right.
Jacksonville has hosted. Houston has hosted.
Right.
So we're the only city. So when we get there, it's going to be the biggest Super Bowl party ever.
Tony, is there a Browns season that stands out to you? I know you started like a year before me. You and I have done this for the better part of now 4 decades, better part of 4 decades. Was there a particular season that stands out for you?
Well, sure. Early in my career, first the dawning of the Bernie Kosar era, which was 1985. That was tremendous excitement because of the national story that Bernie was. And they only won 8 games that year, but they made it to the playoffs. Okay, it was one of those years where 8-8 was good enough to win the division. The following year, though, 1986, is where Bernie really made a jump. You know, it was he and Danielson that first year, Gary Danielson, and they were good enough to win that division. 86, they turned into a great team, and that was a fun year. In fact, some of my fondest memories of players, of times, of games are still in the 86 season.
Last thing, how long do you want to do what you're doing now? I mean, you said you've done it now almost 30 years.
Yeah. Well, it beats working for a living, for one thing, right?
Sure does. I know. Look at what we're doing right now.
To go to games. Listen, I never take that for granted.
Ford. That's right.
I never take that for granted. It's a tremendous privilege, really, to take the pulse of the team every day. That's what I feel my job is. How long? I definitely want to do it until they win something, and whether that takes another year, another 5 years, or 10 years, I'm up for it. I want to be there when they get good again.
I'm with you on that. As we pull back into Gillingham, what a beautiful ride, huh?
Absolutely.
Is this thing beautiful?
Jeez.
Smooth. I mean, we didn't feel anything. You've got the My Touch system on here. You don't even have, folks, 8383 Brook Park Road in Parma. Get here. Test drive one of these beautiful, again, Ford Edges. Tone, thanks so much. Go Browns.
Absolutely. Thank you.